What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? It's your boy Big Tone. We are here. A couple of my colleagues, they going through some issues as far as getting on screen. So I'm gonna let them handle that. But this is it, man. This is Mask Off Podcast. We here every Friday, giving the people what they want and more and more and more. If you didn't know, we're gonna let you know, man. This is episode 145 and dollar bill, y'all. Tonight we got a couple people in the building. We got Young Mally in the building, and we got Shattery Amore in the building, and we got a guest too. A guest too when they pop on the scene. Uh, so tonight, man, we just want to go over some things and get the people what they want. That seems like there goes Sherry. Sherry, hello, Sherry, Sherry. So we still waiting for her to get her technical difficulties together. But as you see, I'm working on my background. I'm trying to do some stuff. Get everything together. I've been doing that, and trying to figure out the ins and outs of that. I need a backdrop. Backdrop I got ain't necessarily working to my favor, so I'm gonna come up with something else. Right now I just put this together so I can change the game up and try to figure out some things. So I've changed my camera placement. I've changed a lot of things so I can be at the forefront of working the production and also being able to give you, the viewer, total attention. But before we get into everything, I'm gonna see one more time is Shari Amor able to come in. Shari, Shari, I see her on my ear, but I can't hear her or see her. Hello? So we gonna wait till she switch it up. Oh, she fading to black. Yeah, we've been having rain all day, man. So that rain kind of messes with your system. You know, at my job today, we was down real bad um when it came to our internet and everything. It was down for like a good 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Because excuse me, Michigan weather don't just it's not just rain, it's rain, wind. Then the wind will kind of create sleet and all this stuff. So I don't know. I'm gonna try again. Shari, Shari. Yeah, so I'm not getting much with that. But long story short, man, my let's talk about week. So my week was pretty good. Nothing major to complain about. You know, I had some situations I had to take care of throughout the week. So that was pretty much what it is. Nothing spectacular. If you in the chat, man, hit us up because this is going to be a very interesting topic tonight. We talking about something very good, very good, and you're going to want to be a part of it. So hit us up so you can tune in, being part of what's going on. Okay. All right. Well, let's get it cracking, man. As I said before, tonight we talk this $145 bill, y'all. Young Mally, he's in within travel time. So a lot of things that's going on with him is on the back burner right now. So we just gonna keep it moving, and we're gonna discuss a couple things, man. Like uh um, as we all know, the media is crazy, and this past week, man, we saw one of the craziest things take place, and that was one person decide to kill a bunch of people, kill a bunch of kids, and I think it was a Catholic or a Christian private school in I want to say Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? Kentucky or Tennessee, one or the other. And this was the first time that I had ever heard of anyone identifying as a transgender by performing a act of domestic terrorism. So that was quite interesting to me. Very interesting. Uh, if anybody know anything else, highlight me with something different. But that was the first time I've ever heard of a domestic terrorist identifying himself as a transsexual. And what the person was, born a female but transgendered over to a male. And they said they're linking this to mental health, and they also saying that there was some resentment in relation to this individual in that school. So it's pretty vague, and this becomes so normal. Like there's such a normalcy with this that you become numb, you know what I mean? And you find yourself, you know what I mean? I went to the movies, I want to say earlier this week. I went to the movies and I found myself, no, it was last week I went, but I found myself looking at all the exits. You know what I'm saying? My awareness is on a hype level now when it comes to being out in public. Like I always kept my head on the swivel, but now it's more so I'm really like completely hyper aware of things that's been transpiring because you don't know who, what, when, where, place, thing, what's gonna jump off, when it's gonna jump off, and it's sad too, man. Like, and we've talked about this on the show. Like, they're picking a lot of soft targets, so that's one of my main interests. Quit picking soft targets. You know what I mean? To fuel your whatever cause that you got a cause or issue about. Like, stop picking soft targets, man. Hey,
Hey, hey. Oh
what
my
up,
goodness.
though, man?
Technology and me are not agreeing today for some reason.
I don't know. I was telling the people that you know, this situation what we had today as far as weather, it kind of threw everybody in a loop because of the fact that it's crazy. It's pretty much crazy. So it's like, half my job was down for like half the day because of the internet and everything like that. So, you know,
Man, you know what's so crazy? That makes sense though. And as you're talking, uh I don't know if God is upstairs bowling or what's going on, but I'm hearing a whole lot of thunder outside my window. So it's like rocking the house right now. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it's yeah.
that's crazy. So, Shattery Amor, I guess this is the way I pronounce your name. I don't know if you is it Cherie or Shattery? You know
It's
what I mean?
Cherie, but however, whatever, however the tongue leads you.
Oh, no, okay. All right. Tonight, man, since you pretty much new to the fold, what we normally do, Malachi and myself, how we normally start off, we start off with we give like a synopsis of the week. How was your week? What did you do? what took place, and then it goes into a motivational minute, and that's normally what Malachi does. But we know he's between travel time. Young Mally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we
And you just said the weather was crazy, so let's pray for him. Safe
yeah,
travels, because
definitely. And he's coming from a distance too. So you
yeah,
know,
he is.
so we'll see how they go. But back to what's important, man. So how was your week? What happened? Anything spectacular? Anything make you sad, happy? Whatever. Let's talk.
So I'm a hustler, so I work my 8 jobs that I have, and including momming full time because kids was out of school this week. So that was very interesting. Oh man, that is crazy. The weather is crazy right now. Yeah, it's so loud. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's so loud. But anyways, yeah. And then I ended up taking her and my niece to this natural resource place. It's like the Outdoor Adventure Center downtown. It's
Okay.
really cool. I don't know if you heard of it. It's so dope. You should go and visit. But they have a lot of different. I don't know if you're an outdoors person, but like I love camping and like kayaking and all sorts of hiking and all that type of stuff. I love just the outdoors. Me and my daughter do. So me, her, and I took my younger niece, and it was cool. It was a whole lot of people there. Whole lot of people there. Probably because school's out this week, but it was nice though. It was really different.
That's
How
dope.
about you?
That's super dope. This week, what did I do? I myself, I got several different jobs. I work 7 days with 4 jobs. So you and your 8+ mommy, and I tilt my hat to you. I'm a father too, so I got teenagers. So my
Oh yeah.
yeah, my main thing is making sure my teenagers are together. So this week it's been a real chill week. You know what I mean? Nothing major. You know what I'm saying? Nothing moving but the money. And I've been trying to get to it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I didn't have anything. Oh, what happened? Nothing negative. All positives. Positive week. And I'm gonna say this out loud. I was proud of myself today because I hate leaving my house to go sit in someone's office.
Hmm.
So this week, I managed to get back to going to the office 5 days straight. So
Oh.
I'm proud of myself,
I'm proud of you. That's a big listen. I'm just not a 9 to 5er. I've had several 9 to 5 jobs, or quote unquote 9 to 5 jobs, or traditional jobs where I have to be there at a set time. And it just I need that flexibility. I've got to have it. I just know what works for me. So I commend you on that. Kudos to you.
That's so cool. Like your generation, y'all able to do that. Like my generation, I guess I've been wired to work a job, work. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Work a job. I gotta get to work. You know what I mean? That flexibility. You know what I mean? Unless I was like off on my own, trying to establish my own brand, my own thing.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know what that looks like without me having a real job to back that. So
Maybe
it's
it's time
never
for Big
been,
Tone to find that out. The
yeah,
babies is teenagers now.
it's never been a thing where I took off training wheels. It just went out on a limb with a job. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like out on a limb with doing something on my own. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
So I don't know. I'm getting there, and I commend everybody that does it, man, because every day it's an obstacle. You know what I
It
mean?
is.
You trying to
Yeah.
figure it out.
You got to put effort in. It has to be intentional, because otherwise you won't get anything done. I mean, who wants to work? Nobody really wants to work. I mean, obviously we have things that we enjoy, like even the podcast. If we were, yeah,
I hear that now.
it's getting crazy.
Yeah, cars are even going off.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, what is going on?
So
But
listen, this is what we gonna do. Cause it seemed like we're gonna experience some technical difficulties tonight. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna give a good 25 minutes to this show tonight, and then we gonna this up, man. You know what I'm saying? So right now we at the 15 mark. So let's do this. Tonight we talking about Mask Off, episode 145, dollar bill, y'all. So this subject matter came to us via text message through Shari Moore, and she had an article that was very interesting. You want to bring up the article? Say something about what you found that was very interesting.
Yes. So, I mean, as we all know, our currency is paper, basically. And so, what I found interesting to, break it down, because it's a very long explanation on how our money came about, as far as the our worth of our currency. And so in different countries, obviously we know that there is differences within, what the type of bills that we use, the currency. You have the dollar, you have, Canadian money, you have the yen, and things of that sort, pesos and etc. But what they're saying is that basically our money will not be worth anything soon. I mean, I know it's kind of funny to say it that way, because again, our money is made out of paper, but you've got all these other countries, Russia, I want to say I think it was China. It was a few different countries that they named, and their money is going to shortly be worth more than ours soon. That's what they're projecting. And so I just think that's very funny, because in the exact same story that I was researching, it's so funny because they were saying that it was privilege all along, basically. We were printing our own money, and they were holding the US as these other countries were holding the US as such a high standard that they really let us believe that our paper bills was worth something to begin with. And so I just thought that was very funny, because it says a lot about the history of our country as a whole, and just how we've been running things, and just the overall privilege. Um, and us thinking as US citizens that we're, better than a lot of these countries, or that we're going to go and save them, or, something along the lines of being like a savior type of country. And our money is not even worth the paper that is printed on, or soon it won't be, basically.
See, the way from what I understood, the way we started with the US dollar was we were in a deal with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, they wanted to do they wanted our support because we always had the biggest naval, we always had the biggest army, we always had the biggest military. And at some point, it came that they were looking for protection. Now, what do they have to offer? They have to offer oil. So we got
And gold, I believe it was too.
oil and gold. So what happened was America, what they did with Saudi Arabia, they told them, hey, look, we will support you, we'll back you, we'll do all these things to keep you safe. Only if you recognize our currency as a worldwide currency. So they said, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? So what happened when that took place? What happened was other people want to make deals. You can't make deals unless you convert over to what? US dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it began. The US dollar began to be so prevalent in the world because we started making deals and we started putting our dollar as the currency where everybody should have the stamp of approval on it. Rewind and fast forward.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Gaddafi, right? I don't know if you remember him or know too much about him. He came out with a plan to X the United States out of Africa. So
Mm-hmm.
he was going around politicking with Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden, all these people, prominent people that's in Africa at the time. That's like 80s, 90s, whatever. And he's telling them, hey, look, why don't we come up with our own type of currency that's meant for us? Now, you know how groundbreaking that would have been, you know what I mean, if they would have came up with their own currency, what they would have did. They would have oil. They would have been backed by oil. They would have been backed by gold. They would have been backed by natural resources. From what I understand, I could be wrong, but what I know of the United States, we don't have no true natural resource here. Everything gets exported and imported out. You know what I mean? So that's a big thing.
Yeah.
You control all your import and export, and y'all doing it collectively. So a lot of people didn't tell you that's why he had to go. That's why they assassinated him. Like, you look at all this stuff, like, and I think I said this before. We believe a lot of things that the media tells us, but we don't look at what's going on the other side. Like, a lot of these places look at us like Big Brother, you know what I mean? Or the Big Brother they don't want, you know what I mean?
And that's what it is. 100%.
Yeah, that's how it is. Like,
Yeah.
we as in United States, we do too much.
We do way too much. And you know what? I was shown this. It was like very prevalent when I went to visit some friends in Colombia. I went to what part of Colombia were we in? Medellin. Okay, we went to Medellin, Colombia, and you would think, the way some people live, that it's not enough, or it's just not enough to where our standards are, as Americans, and how we feel like we should be living and stuff. But a lot of those people that we, view as less than, or they don't have as much as we do, or they need us to save them, or things like that, they're like, we're fine. We are good. We have everything we need. We don't need anything from you. So it's just funny to me how, like you said, Big Tone, that we feel like we're the big brother, or a lot of countries feel like we're the big brother that they never asked for. It's like, we're going to insert ourselves in your business. This is what it is. And we're going to come and save you, and we're going to help you. But there's usually always something attached to it. There's a reason why we're inserting ourselves. There's some sort of, reward, or something that we're going to get out of it. There's some sort of plus to it. There's always something out of it that there's never just, let's just help you out of the kindness of our hearts. It's always like, let's help you, and then we're going to backdoor you and steal all of your resources. You know what I'm saying?
There's always an ulterior motive. You know what I mean? That's the way the United States get down. They got taught that through Europeans and Europe. You know what I mean? So with that, that's what it is. I'm sorry, I got like I'm trying to figure out some scenes in the background, whatever. You know what I mean? But anyway, you know what I mean? So I got the mic right here. I had it over here, and I'm looking right here, all this stuff, and I don't know where to put my face at. You know what I mean? So here we go. So I'm looking right at you now. So what I'm saying is, like, we get to a point where we so blinded by what they tell us that, you know what I mean? Like, you go somewhere else, and like, with these people just getting abducted, like, we don't know the backstory of that. You know what I mean? We don't know none of these things that take place. Like,
America is full of lies.
Complete, man, complete.
The first lie is land of the free. Who is free? Who is free here? I'm not free. You free, Tom?
Well, I'm gonna say this. I ain't free. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a lot more freer than my ancestor was. Which
100%.
But it's still an illusion, though. You know what I mean? It's a complete illusion. You know what I mean? Like, you think you free, but let something pop off.
Yeah.
You still a nigga.
And let's be clear.
Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Nigga, you still a nigga.
100%.
Yeah, we can't get that messed up. You still a nigga, nigga.
And it's just so crazy. I was saying before you had your technical difficulties that basically America, we kind of view ourselves as, like you said, we are like the big brother that they never asked for, these other countries asked for. And so when we insert ourselves, a lot of these countries don't like Americans for that very reason. So when we go to visit places and stuff, obviously it may not be our individual thoughts or, choices to do some of the things that we do as a country, but they are looking at us like we are the enemy.
I watch a lot of 90 Day Fiance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't judge me because I watch.
No, I like stuff like that. Okay.
I love watching 90 Day Fiance, the other way, this way, that way, every way, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And one of the key things that I notice when Americans go over to their country,
Mm-hmm.
they have a hard time assimilating
Yeah.
because they want to instruct their American point of views on their culture. Like I'm watching
Yes.
this, I'm watching this show, right? And this white lady on there, blonde hair, blue eyed, she goes over to Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And so then the gentleman telling her, hey, look, you have to wear a hijab. You can't walk around here. You cannot just be like you a man. Men
Yeah.
can't walk a certain kind of rhythm there. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
fall in line. And unfortunately, the practices that we do in America, you can't do over there.
Mm-hmm.
So she like, I wanted it for you, but every day I can't do that. And I'm like, what, did she read the instruction manual? Like,
No,
it ain't no choice.
it was the privilege. Not only was it the white privilege, or excuse me, the white privilege, but it was the American privilege
American
because us
privilege.
as yes. Oh man, that's a whole nother level because no matter what skin color you are or what type of your background is, if you are American, I don't care what you say, unless you're just a different type of person where you're more open-minded. But there's a certain way that we feel we're living the best over here. And
We're entitled. And if
yeah,
we go somewhere, they need to cater to us.
yeah.
I watched on the same TV show, one lady, she from you could tell she a redneck. She from Alabama. She goes down to Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
He tells her, I don't feel safe. She was going down there to see her girlfriend or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Already being gay in Colombia is taboo anyway. You know what I mean? So they walking around holding hands. I don't know if the world's changed, but things are different down there. So she say, I want to get a weapon. So the lady like, whoa, what are you talking about? Like, we don't live like that down here. You know what I mean? She like, well, didn't you
Mm-hmm.
say you got robbed? And then they showed her in Alabama. She got all these knives, all these guns. And I'm like, it's a classic case of American fear. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she down there trying to insert her
Mm-hmm.
American privilege.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
they don't get it. They don't get it and they don't understand it. And they will never understand it. That's why, like, when I watch them shows, I be like, this shit is not gonna work unless the person bow down and come to America. You know what I mean? Because them living in their country, they will not do it. They refuse to be like,
You
well,
gotta really love somebody. We'll just say that. It ain't gonna take more than 90 days, huh?
not only that, you gotta be able to love the culture. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
You
Yeah.
can't pick and choose what you're gonna do because this is how I feel in the moment. You know what I mean? That's like the way I look at that show, it's like a kid get a new toy that he been wanting for Christmas. Soon as he get the toy, he don't want to do nothing with it no more. You know what I
Yeah, he
mean?
played with it for about a good week and then it gets boring. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, this is work.
yeah. That's how they act on that show, man. You know what I'm saying? I wish we had a lot of more time. We spend a lot of time going through technical difficulties, you know what I'm saying? with with everybody. You know what I mean? So I got work to do with my background, as you see. You know what I mean? We gotta figure out how we gonna get you on with your face not frozen, and we just gotta get Malachi home. So
When he comes back, hopefully he'll bring some sunshine with him because it's supposed to be spring, and I don't mind the rain, but this thunder and stuff and all this high wind is I don't know about this now.
it's ridiculous. So it is.
It's like Armageddon outside.
Right, right. Cats flying and everything.
I think I did see some by my window. It's a lot of them over here too in this neighborhood.
Oh, word. You west or east?
I'm west side.
That's right.
Well, I like to say I'm west side though. You know, I'm a west sider.
No, I'm all east side, but I stay on the west side.
See, I see you a west sider too.
I refuse to put the we up.
You gotta love the city from the west to the east.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely do. But we gonna get up out of here early tonight, man, because I don't know what this unpredictable weather gonna do.
So, moral of the story, y'all, if y'all sitting on a bunch of money, what you waiting for? Start that business. Do what you got to do with your money. Invest it in something. Don't just sit on it. If it ain't accruing no interest or making a couple dollar bills, y'all. You see what I did there, Big Tom? If y'all don't accrue some interest or something on that money, then y'all just sitting on some paper. That's all it is at the end of the day.
Also, I want to point out.
Gold.
Also, I want to point out before we go, Joe Biden is starting to look at what cryptocurrency is, and he's looking at gold, digital dollar. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's dangerous.
Which is very dangerous. You know
we gotta come back and talk about that.
Yeah, we definitely do. But we're gonna break up out of here, man. You got any plugs?
I look out for some events and stuff I got coming up. I throw my events every month, and April 29th is gonna be the next one. So just stay tuned, y'all.
No doubt. On behalf of the Mask Off crew, this is Big Tone. Who am I with?
Sharia Moore, baby.
Sharia Moore and the young Malachi. Safe travels, my brother. We about to make our move, get up out of here. Mask Off. Episode 145, dollar bill, y'all. Keeping it live. Sharia Moore, give me some last words.
I just want y'all to be safe out there. Love on each other. Spread love. Okay, we need more love and more intentional good vibes. Okay, so until next week, I'll holla at y'all. Make them dollar bills, y'all.
And we out.